there, Postal here. So today we're taking on the ME-1099 B-2. This is a plane I've had now for a couple weeks. I obviously haven't made a video for it. I like the plane a lot. I'm struggling to get wins in it though. I think I'm attacking the wrong sectors at the wrong time is what it comes down to. I could be completely wrong. It is definitely a different plane style than the 265 and the 329 before it. That being said, it is definitely a really, really strong ground attack plane. I'm just not using it to its fullest. So let's see if we can change that in this battle. We're going to get this garrison, by golly, by God. And, see what we can do here. Dropping a bomb. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to drop both bombs here. Just to make sure we get that sector. Not that we should have any issue in getting that sector, but there we go. Don't crash. And let's move along. We've got 40 seconds worth of boost. We've got 80 seconds on the reload for the bombs. That's perfectly fine either way. What do we got to go up against? We got a Yak-19 on the enemy team. That's about it. That's the only human. The Yak-19 can actually tear this plane up if played properly. I say that because I've played a Yak-19 and I've torn up my share of GAs, that's for sure. So I'm going to kind of try to utilize this to knock out the targets that the enemies haven't. Kind of like to sneak away the targets that the enemies haven't killed yet. Let's see if I can get this guy knocked out. That would probably help our situation. In fact, I know it would help our situation, but we're going to just knock this stuff out instead, since we've got the kind of guns to knock this stuff out instead. Oh my god, I left that thing on like half a hit point, didn't I? That's annoying. Please don't anybody else take it. Like, I don't even know if half a hit point is accurate. It's like a tenth of a hit point. Alright, so we've got the plant. Let's go ahead and knock this guy out just because we don't want them getting it back right afterwards. Let's get this thing. Go. Nice. Let's get the hell out of Dodge now. We don't need to be here anymore. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here, you jerk. Let's see if we can't dive down. Turn a little bit. Dang. Almost had him, actually. Well, I guess we did get him eventually. That F-94 got into us a little bit too much. But that's fine. What do we need to do here? I guess we just go straight for the center again. This is going to be just kind of a pain in the butt just because the Yak-19's doing Yak-19 things in the center. I'm not sure this Yak-19 is going to be a huge detriment to our abilities. He wasn't like trying to avoid getting shot. That's typically the sign of a very good Yak player, at least the Yak player is good against ground attack planes. Is they're not just going to sit behind a GA and just sit there. They're going to attack from the left, they're going to attack from the right, they're going to swoop up, they're going to swoop down, they're going to come from all different kinds of angles to make it difficult for you to defend against. Yak-19 is not known for its health pool, right? Alright, so what do we got going on here? Do I wanna? Yes, I do, actually. We're gonna drop a bomb here, because screw those guys. We're gonna drop 2 bombs here, because screw those guys. What are we gonna do here? We're gonna shoot the crap out of this thing. We're gonna drop the last bomb here, because why as well? We've lost half our freaking health. Can we get this thing knocked out. We shall see. Alright, and we should be able to get this last little thingy here as long as we get it before somebody dies. Lameness. Alright, so let's go ahead. I'm going to actually go... go to the... I wanted to go to the right. My left, my right now. Come on, thank you. Holy cow. Ah, Seafang, you jerk. I can't take advantage of this. Let's go ahead and get this mining facility. We'll have our bombs up in 30 seconds. We are up on points, but only because we had that mining facility. So let's go ahead and get that mining facility back. Let's see what we can do without this. Try to weaken this up a little bit. Drop one bomb there just to get a bomb dropped. Drop another bomb here, again, just to get a bomb dropped. Try to get this stuff weakened out. Another bomb dropped right in the center. Try not to crash. God dang it, you moron! Why do I have to be so suck-ass? Well, that's the game. Me dying is definitely going to be the end of the game. It's, unless... Oh, alright, cool. So the bomb hit after I died, so that's good. Maybe we can pull this out of our butts. Man, that's frustratingly bad. Dying to the TA-152. There we go. Alright, let's get over here. See what kind of shenanigans we can get ourselves into. Come on, if I can get this thing knocked out. Might be able to get this sticker. Golly, that's a really armored structure, huh? God dang, peoples. Hopefully I don't get bomb dropped by my own freaking bombers, huh? Let's see if I can't knock out this anti-aircraft gun here. Help me stay alive a little bit longer, I'd like to think. I think it is. Yes, it is. Game one, anyway. Whew. Whew. Dang. Man, I'm so glad that my death did not cause us to lose that game, because that would have been frustrating. Let's head on back. Alright, so, I mean, overall, like, not, like, the world's best game by any means, but a solid performance, I'd like to think. If the thing with Tier 9 I'm noticing is, like, you just can't die. And not that you could die in the previous tiers, but, like, at Tier 9, if you crash or if you're knocked out, it's so difficult to overcome that when you're in a ground attack plane. Because so much of the capturing is on your shoulders, right? I really, really enjoy this plane, even though I've definitely got a losing record in it. I've been able to fully upgrade it. I know that a lot of people prefer the 50mm cannon over the 30mm cannons. I mean, yes and no. I hate the rate of fire on the 50mm cannon. I love the range. I love the damage, but overall, I think I still prefer the 30mm cannons, just for their consistency, for their ability to, take out the light targets very quickly. There tends to be more light targets than heavy targets. This is very good at, like, when you're trying to hit individual little targets here and there, it's almost frustrating because you still need to do 2 shots. And the reload just takes so long, and you're just like, come on, I got like a bunch of tents to kill. Whereas this, you saw I was able to knock out tents very, very easily, which, I don't know. I got to find that balance, right? So right now I'm working with the 30mm cannons. I'm enjoying the 30mm cannons, that's for sure. And not that I dislike the 50, I just think the 30mm are just more my style. Luckily for me, I was able to have the engines already fully upgraded when I got this plane, because these engines are the same engines that are on a bunch of other German planes that I've already got all the other German planes. So I was able to have the top engines right away. These bombs, I believe, are the same bombs. Yeah, so these are the same bombs that you had on the 329. You just have 4 of them now, which is pretty darn nice. I would highly recommend, whether you like whatever guns you like on here, you actually want to get the rear gunner as quickly as possible. The reason being is, look at the difference on these. So this, you actually get 3 instead of 1. So that right there should tell you, damage per second or not, you've just got more angles you can shoot at. So that right there makes the upgraded rear gunner that much better. And you can see the angles right here, gun depression. That angle of gun depression makes a huge difference, because I'm able to angle down while running away from somebody, or angle up, or angle left, or angle right, when you're able to get all kinds of, all of your guns hitting there. Plus, you get the extra damage per second. So the rear gunner on this actually is really, really important. I don't know if it's more important than the forward-firing gun. Doesn't seem like it. The forward-firing gun, the stock gun, seems like it sucks. I actually didn't play the stock gun. I went right to this. I actually free XP'd the 50mm cannon just to at least have something. But right after you get the 50mm cannon, you definitely want to get the rear gunner. Whether or not you go for the 30mm cannons or not is just kind of going to be your preference. And so, yeah, that's completely up to you. But the rear gunner you definitely need to get. I don't think I've got this plane set up correctly for equipment. I've got the radio equipment on here. I'm actually going to switch that out right now, eventually, for the cockpit armor. And just because everybody sees me anyway, so I might as well have better armor for it. I've got armor on the engines, and that seems to be helping. The tail and the wings. That seems to be helping. I haven't got my tail or wings knocked out, so I'm definitely going and enjoying that. For my engine consumable, I have improved mixture control. There's so much boost on this plane that I don't need an extra 10 seconds worth of boost. So rather than worrying about that, since I never run out of boost, I might as well have just overall all the time and boost in engine thrust and cruise speed for the entire battle. You definitely want universal ammo, and you definitely want improved fragmentation. I'm not sure if there's any reason to go with something like heavy warhead. That's up to you, I suppose. But I mean, improved fragmentation for 10,000 credits is worth it at this tier for sure. On the forward-firing weapon, I've got the bolt carriers, mainly because I've got an improved experimental bolt carrier, so I figured I would put these on. It improves the burst length of these 30mm cannons, and one of the bonus characteristics is rate of fire. You can definitely make an argument for GOA on these 30mm cannons. On the 50mm cannon, I don't think that would be a really smart idea, just because it's such a low rate of fire that improving that low rate of fire is not going to really make a huge difference. But I mean, to each their own. That's my own personal preference. I went with the bolt carriers because I had it as a free equipment item. I've kept the bolt carriers because they've actually seemed to be doing me pretty well. As far as the pilot is concerned, first and foremost, on a ground attack plane, you want Demolition Expert. Get the bombs and rockets and the blast radius improved significantly. 10% is pretty significant, especially at this tier. I've got Protection Expert on here. I'm not sure this is actually the best way to go, because you've only got you've got 2 technically slots. that are being used for protection. I'm not really sure. It's probably not the best, to be honest, in this kind of situation. There might be better options. I've definitely want to go with Engine Guru 1. Instead of this protection, I mean, I've got 2 items now, so maybe it's going to make a bigger difference now that I've got my cockpit and my airframe equipment set up for defense. We'll see if that makes a better difference. If you don't, if you go with the radio equipment or you go with accuracy on your pilot equipment, cockpit equipment, your better bet might be something like cruise flight, where you can get a better view range. You can kind of see where people are coming inbound. You can kind of avoid them. You also get top speed and thrust improved by 3%. That only comes into effect when you're not being damaged for, I think, 20 seconds. Yeah, 20 seconds. So, I mean, that might be an option instead of the protection expert. I suppose it's really up to you. There's no rockets on this plane, so God forbid you get expert rocketeer. That'd be a complete waste. And yeah, aerobatics expert really isn't worth it. Obviously, battle tested. Not really. I mean, I guess reduces chance of injury for your pilots. That's fine. All these special pilot skills are going to be pretty well wasted. Maybe resiliency. Like when you get really weak, it'll help your overheating. And I guess it's none of these are like I've got to get as like a first, second, or third skill. An argument could even be made getting your engine thrust to get Engine Guru 2 instead of anything else, and just go for your last. I should say your 7th point as getting Engine Guru 2. I guess it's really up to you. As far as the rear gunner is concerned, I really, really, really would need to get this defensive fire. I'm sorely tempted to, once I get my to actually change this quick reflexes out to it. I haven't desperately needed it, but I mean, I really, really want it. Getting 30% less damage from people that you're shooting at is certainly helpful. But I've boosted up the range on this. I've boosted up the burst length of the rear gunner on this. So that's all incredibly helpful. I'd like to think that the quick reflexes is helping. So I'm going to stick with it right now. But man, I can't wait to get the defensive fire option for this particular guy. We'll see how it goes. Since I've got just one pilot skill here, gunner point, I suppose I could put on endurance or put on vigilance. We'll see. I guess I'll just do that actually. Might as well, right? Might as well not waste a point. I can reset them later for silver. So yeah, this is how I've got my B-2 set up. I really, really, really enjoy this plane. I'm just needing to work on not dying and finding ways to win more. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this particular battle, and I will catch you guys another time. If you've got any helpful hints when it comes to the B-2, please feel free to pass them along in the comments below if you've got this plane already. If you don't have the plane, this is a plane that you are grinding towards. It's an excellent plane. Keep on moving on. The ME-265, the ME-329 were both excellent planes. This continues that excellent plane, ground attack plane that you're are hoping for, I'm quite sure, on your grinds. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and have a great day. Bye.